1, who'd like to read it? Volunteer to read it?
We still have number 6 that's not
Oh,
filled in.
I'm sorry. Oh, for number 6 there. Before the piece is cleaned off the wire wheel, it is suggested you blank. We're going to test the hardness on a piece of scrap. We're going to make sure that tip isn't damaged then. What do you do if it is damaged?
Bend it back into the shape.
It's not going to bend this, but what it could do is the sharp edge that we put on it, whether it be the Steiner punch or the chisel here, what it's going to do is put a little ding in it. All right? We just go back over to the grinder, fix the tip, and then try heat treating it again. Usually what happens is you guys will take it out too quick. And it's that rapid heating up and cooling that hardens it. All right, so moving on to the wire wheel. Number 1, who'd like to read? Pick on somebody. Oh, go ahead. So, when this thing's running, what do you think I don't want to wear?
How do you?
Gloves. We never wear gloves. What about loose clothing? That would probably be a bad thing too. Not to pick on the young ladies, but you don't see too many guys wearing loose, flowy, like silky shirts, right? Maybe Ben does every now and then, right? Okay. So we probably don't want to have those things. Mateo's hoodie strings. Probably a bad idea here, right? Basketball season's almost over, but the basketball team dresses up, right? Noah's in my first block. He has to dress up every so often. He has to tuck his tie in or wear an apron. All right, so we got to watch that kind of stuff. Next one, please. Pick someone, Sean.
Hitting a piece on the wire wheel is required that you hold the piece with a pair of pliers.
What are we going to hold it with? Am I going to bare hand this? I don't want my fingers that close. You guys saw how fast that is fun. What's going to hold it nice and tight and secure?
Vice grips.
Vice grips. Vice grips. So remember, you are going to find all kinds of different vice grips in here. So we have these, which are used for clamping when we're welding. Those probably wouldn't work for this, would it? No. What about these little baby ones? No, not so well for your chisel. I mean, it might work. But it's not going to work so well. Maybe that would work well for the center punch where it's a much smaller diameter, right? Probably not these flat ones either, right? No, we're going to use the bigger ones here. That way they also have that little contoured jaw here. And again, to adjust these, because right now that's kind of loose, right? We adjust that little thumb screw down at the end here, tighten or loosen. You should have to squeeze it, 2 hands, and then to release it, once you are finished, we just pinch right here, and they unlock. All right? Next one, please. Whose turn to pick? All right. Cross off that second blank. To avoid losing control of your piece, do not work on the top of the wheel. I'm not going to work on the top here.
Because it might be thrown towards you.
So if I'm working right here and it grabs, it's shooting it right back at me, guys. Where if I'm working probably in like that 4 to 5 o'clock, think of the base of the clock, like over there, right in that 4 to 5 o'clock area, where is it going to throw it if I lose control?
To the floor.
Toward the floor or toward the ground. You can even see some chunks of concrete missing back here, guys. So you don't want it thrown at you. If it's chipping the concrete, what's it going to do to you? It's going to feel good? Probably not. All right. Same reason why we're using the vice grips. Notice, if I'm working like this, and it does grab, or my hand's going into the wheel? Probably not. Probably going to the side. Like that. Who's ever skinned their knee on blacktop? Doesn't feel good, does it? It's going to be about the same. All right. Next one.
Only one person may operate the wheel.
Very good. For the most part, you guys won't need the buffing wheel over here. Occasionally, we might use that with the casting, but 90% of the time, we won't be using the buffing wheel. And next one, please, Skyler.
An alternative to using the wire wheel is the blade.
What can we use instead of a wire wheel? If you really don't want to use it,
Wire brush.
you could use a wire brush. Where would you find that?
The cabinet.
Way over in that cabinet in the corner there, guys. Could emery cloth work also?
Yes.
Yeah, you could use a 120 grit emery cloth. All right. So, just like our center punch, what I did before you guys came in is I got this all polished up, completely finished and ready. There was absolutely no black on it. Then I went and heat treated it so that we had a piece that was already heat treated. So what my goal now is to get all this black soot off of there. This will rub off, get all over your fingers. How well is paint going to stick to that?
Not good.
Not very well at all. So we need to get rid of that. So again, holding it so that you're not going to be pulled into the wheel. And get this whole thing polished up again. So it's nice and shiny. Flip it over. Very, very careful when you're working on the corners so it doesn't pull it. And very lightly touching it. So then I can reposition here so I can get any spots that I haven't done very well. Is it the end of the world if the wire wheel hits the pliers?
No.
No, not at all. All right. You guys would keep going until the entire thing is all cleaned up, including the end here, so I can reposition again, get the end on down here. And what was that last step after this? After we will get this thing wire wheeled. Same thing applies for both center punch and the chisel.
Paint it
Paint it. Why are we painting?
so it doesn't rust.
Doesn't rust. Now, a lot of times I hear you guys say, well, I like how it looks without. That's fine. Do you think we can clear coat it? Uh-huh. I do have clear coat for you also. All right. Good. Stop there. Let's head over.